Well, Rick, existing home sales in November rose 0.5% to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 4.13 million units. That is right along expectations.
And expectations for this year were miserable. So we're going to look at how the expectations on how housing went this year. Diane's also going to give us the supply and demand on how that's really going to help or hurt housing in 2026. But if you're watching this video, you're probably a homeowner trying to figure out what's going on with those over there. Or maybe you're a home buyer thinking, okay, if rates can stay sticky right where they are, maybe I can just buy that house in 2026. So my goal each day is to come in and explain to you guys what the heck's going to go on with those and the whys behind it. And the reason why I do this, I'm actually a licensed loan officer in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. I'll give you my information at the end of this video. You're here for these things. So let's get over to CNBC. This is Diane Olick. She's going to give us basically the state of where real estate is right now. And this is why, I'm predicting and I'm still saying housing market's not going to crash in 2026. My video will be out probably on Monday or Tuesday, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Housing's not going to crash, folks. So let's get back to Diane, let her recap what's going on.
Sales down 1% from November of last year. Now, this count is based on closings, so contracts likely signed in September and October when mortgage rates initially came down a little bit, but then stayed in a very tight range. The headline on this report is supply. It is coming down again. We've reported on more sellers delisting their homes. There were 1.43 million units for sale at the end of November, down 5.9% from October, still up 7.5% from the year before, but losing those big annual gains. This is a 4.2-month supply, and that's keeping pressure on prices. The median price of a home sold in November was $409,200, an increase of 1.2% year over year, and the highest November price on record. Homes are staying on the market longer, an average of 36 days versus 32 the year before. First-time buyers just 30%, unchanged from a year ago. Historically, that number should be 40%. But investors made up 18% of sales, up from 13% a year ago. And the Realtors' chief economist noted they did not see a surge of delayed closings coming out of the government shutdown in October. Leslie?
And nor did we. So let's get over to it. So here's the recap of what she just went through. Housing market's not really doing anything. There's not enough supply, so you don't have enough supply, so you're going to not have a crash in house prices. Okay, so we know that piece of it. So if you're out there, you're trying to figure out, okay, should I refinance if I'm a homeowner? Well, we went over this morning, the Japanese and a lot of the bond markets, we're not going to see really mortgage rates crash anytime soon as well. If you missed that video, check it out. It's right up through here. So now what should you do? Well, if you're a homeowner, maybe kick the tires right over through here and see if a refinance would make sense. So I just created what we call RateWatch 2.0 right through there. What I need you to do is plug in your information. At what mortgage rate would you be interested in refinancing? What'll happen is we don't sell the data. I'll call you, I'll text you and email you. We'll go over what the new payment would be, what your costs would be, and see if it makes sense. If it does, we'll get you locked in. But let's say you're going to go out there and say, I'm looking to buy maybe in the spring, or maybe I'm looking to build. What should I do? Well, let's first off go to the stock market. Let's see how, with really no economic news that we had for today, let's see what happens there. Then I'm going to go to my section that we call Lock or Float to see if you should lock in or should you float. So let's get over to the indices over at the markets right now are showing basically a Cinderella story. We have the Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, and the Russell all up. The VIX right over my head, let's say that's the anxiety level on Wall Street. It's down. Let's take a peek at crypto, see what it's doing. Holy, we got that up as well. What's oil doing? Oil is up, but it's still below $60 a barrel, which is fantastic, and that's helping that inflation number that we saw yesterday on the consumer prices. So let's get over to my section of should you lock or float. So if you're looking to close within 30 days, folks, just lock in. Okay, so if we go over to here, yesterday we had 0.03 reduction. Now we just picked it right back up today. So I'm really not expecting any news to come out between now and the next 2 weeks. Just lock in. Don't worry about it. But if you're closing maybe in 30 days or more, or you're looking to build, what should you do? Well, let's get over to here. I'll give you some guidance. Right through here, here's our website. We'd love to work with you. Go through here, schedule a consultation, whatever. We need you to make sure your credit score is optimized. Do you really know what your credit score is? You have 35 of them. Did you realize that? What income do the banks actually use to get you qualified? And then what program, what program do you really qualify for? Not what the bank wants you to qualify for, what is best for you. So that's what we're going to do through here. But what should you do if you're, locking in long term? Don't do it. Don't do it. If you go over to right through here, here's again. We're going to say if you're closing within 30 days, lock it in. Enjoy the holidays. Anything later than that, just float it. Reach out to us. Let us help you navigate through all this. If you want to check out the supply, demand, and a whole bunch of other things to take a little bit of a deeper dive into this, go to my website today. You can go right through here. You're going to hit resources. You're going to hit blog, and this is what's going to pop up right through here. Housing reality, the housing market, supply and demand for 2025 goes into great detail through here. So check it out. It's showing you basically the proof behind we're not going to have a housing crash in 2026, probably not in 2027, or not for one in a long, long time. So now that you watched the video, and now you've seen all these news events, now maybe you understand a little bit more about what the heck's going on with those and why. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. This is a quick video because I wanted you to get out of here on a Friday. So enjoy it. I'll see you back here on Monday to see how the markets open back up. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.